Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 48th Annual Academic Recognition Program for The Ohio State University at Marion. A little bit of an apology for our delay in getting started. Had a little bit of a problem with the music. We thought about rushing out to the store to buy a bunch of combs and wax paper and ask for some audience participation, but that just didn't seem to be worth the time. So we are off and running, and thank you for your patience. The Academic Recognition Program is the premier event in our academic year. It closes our 61st year of Ohio State courses in Marion and the 50th year on this beautiful campus. Earlier today, two other recognition events occurred. The Student Research Colloquium was held up on the third floor of Morrill Hall, featuring a display of student research projects ranging from the comparative anatomy of the digestive system of rural and urban raccoons in central Ohio, to informal learning in a museum setting, a case study with language science, and there were a bunch of them with science in terms that I'm not even going to try to pronounce, so there was some other stuff up there, and you may have seen some of them up and down the hallways. Before we jump into the program, a few items of housekeeping. First, for everyone's enjoyment, please silence your cell phones. Then I have a few notes of appreciation. Thanks to the Erickson Trio who serenaded us in the lobby before this evening got underway. Thank you. I want to recognize two groups of special significance. Members of the Ohio State University Board of Trustees helped guide the campus and show their support for Ohio State Marion in many ways. Also, as you will hear, a number of this evening's awards have donors' names associated with them. Some of these donors or family members or representatives are with us here this evening. Please join me in a round of applause and appreciation for these campus donors. I also want to thank Amy Erickson, Shelley Shirk, and John Meharry, and all staff and faculty who put in many hours of work considering the accomplishments of the students who've been nominated for honors, reviewing class essays and creative works submitted for awards, and organizing and preparing this evening's program. And I want to recognize the faculty and staff of Ohio State Marion who are here this evening. While some will be presenting awards, all are here to help honor our students' accomplishments. Our faculty and staff are dedicated to providing the very best university education possible through their roles as teachers, as advisors, and as helpers in all the complex activities needed to make a university function. Thank you, faculty and staff. A special recognition is due to one of our faculty members this year, Tim McNiven, who teaches art history and classics and is retiring at the end of this year after many years of teaching on this campus and many years of being a terrific colleague. I think he rotated through on the screen here, at least he was supposed to. So Tim isn't here this evening, but thank you, Tim, for your many years of service. And finally, of course, special thanks to all the family members and friends who are here this evening to celebrate and support the academic achievements of your and our students. Only 6 campuses of the Ohio State University are found worldwide, and one of them is right here. Our mission is to bring top-flight higher education to this area with Ohio State faculty and Ohio State staff for Ohio State students. From 1957 to today and into the future, Ohio State Marion benefits from the tremendous support of this community and from the achievements of our students as we grow and improve and bring more university education opportunities to this region. As President Michael Drake has said, the Ohio State University, quote, must continue to be a beacon that illuminates the clearest path to the American dream. Being a beacon of opportunity is our commitment to you and to our communities. So I've got 3 quick examples of that beacon of opportunity at Ohio State Marion. Our growing STEM education programs, including all 4 years of a biology degree and the first and much of the second year of the engineering degree, using our new science and engineering building and engaging all faculty, whether they teach in the STEM disciplines or not, across the campus. Major renovations happened to the 3rd floor of this building last summer, providing, among other things, more student gathering space. And I should mention our commitment to a culture of caring including an expanded food pantry and increased mental health staffing and programming to eliminate stigmas and encourage students to reach out and use these services. Well, enough of listening to me. Now let us turn to the reason why we're here this evening, our students, as we recognize and honor them with awards for superior academic achievements and recognize students who receive the Associate of Arts degree. The academic achievement of the students, of course, is recognized in many ways during the course of the year, when faculty congratulate them on an especially fine test or paper, when students review their progress with an academic advisor, or when they receive a Dean's List letter. But tonight's program recognizes our students' achievements and accomplishments publicly in the presence of their family and friends. So to get us underway, it's my pleasure to introduce and turn the program over to Professors Lider Camacho Platero and Susan Gershman, whose day jobs are teaching Spanish Comparative Studies for one and biology for the other. But his jobs this evening are to tag team as our MCs, carrying on the awesome responsibility of holding everything together and keeping us on task. Thank you.
Good evening to the deans, the trustees, the faculty, and staff gathered here tonight. And good evening to the students who we are honoring, as well as to their families and friends who are here to support them. Welcome to the 48th Annual Academic Report. This is the evening where we publicly recognize the students for the commitment to education and hard work, and to celebrate their academic achievements. My name is Luzmila Camacho Platero, and I am Assistant Professor of Spanish and Comparative Studies, and I am your MC for this event.
And I'm Susan Gershman, Associate Professor of Biology, and my job tonight will be delivering the dad jokes. You may be asking yourself, when is a joke a dad joke? And it is, when the punchline is apparent.
Some of you will return next semester to continue your education, and in a few days, others will enter an important stage of life and will graduate. Soon, the frightening process of searching for a job will begin, if it hasn't started yet. Or some of you will face perhaps an equally frightening process of pursuing a graduate degree. Whatever you do, you will encounter new challenges. But the same way you overcame the challenges that OSU and its professors threw at you, you will be able to overcome the new ones awaiting you.
So, speaking of professors throwing things, why did Dr. Davis throw his spice rack out the window? Huh? He wanted to see time fly.
After overcoming Dr. Davis' spice rack, I urge you to always be daring. Doing something you have never done before will teach you about your own capacity to rise to the challenges and will provide a fascinating ride in your life. I remember so vividly when the idea of coming to the US was wandering around in my mind. And what a ride it has been for me. A ride with ups and downs, with successes and failures, but a ride that I would not change for anything.
Well, you're talking about rides reminds me of a question. Do you know what the hardest part is about learning to ride a bike? The pavement, you gotta do it.
Even though I've fallen from my ride and felt hard pavement a few times, I don't regret having dared to embark upon an adventure of immigration. It has taught me a lot about myself, not just about hardship, but also about human empathy and goodness. Through all these years, I have encountered people who acted with kindness and understanding. But most importantly, immigration has taught me that I have a lot to learn about the other, and that I need to have empathy with people whose experiences have been different from my own. A week ago, I asked my students, how can one engage with social issues? And one of them answered, informing ourselves. I couldn't help but smile. The thing is that if you don't have the time to involve yourself in a particular cause or don't have the money to donate, knowledge will help you to participate in a different but equally important way. Knowledge will help you to be a better and a more productive member of your society. Knowledge will help you to understand the other, to be a compassionate human being, and therefore it will help you to make a difference in your community. So never stop learning, never stop daring, and never stop having empathy for others whose experience you don't share. Because as Cervantes said through his famous character Don Quixote, when life itself seems lunatic, who knows where madness lies? Perhaps to be too practical is madness. To surrender dreams, this may be madness. Too much sanity may be madness. And the maddest of all, to see life as it is and not as it should be.
And one more dad joke. What is Don Quixote's favorite low-calorie snack? No? Windmills. That was a pretty bad. There aren't that many Don Quixote dad jokes. And now I would like to welcome myself as chair of the Prairie Advisory Committee to present the Environmental Citizenship Award. So the Environmental Citizenship Award is given to an Ohio State Marian student who devotes considerable time and energy to environmental causes. This year, the Prairie Advisory Committee solicited nominations from the campus community and reviewed nominations based on effort, impact, and initiative. And this year's recipient is Matthew Thomas McPherson. So the committee honors your commitment to reducing, reusing, and recycling with this reusable bottle and these reusable straws. Bottle just because they're delicious. Thank you. I'd like to welcome Dr. Zuhair Aldir to present the Foreign Language Awards.
Well, hello. Madame, Mademoiselle, Monsieur, bonsoir. Good evening. I'm here to present the Foreign Language Award. The Foreign Language Faculty at the Ohio State University at Marian created the Foreign Language Award in order to recognize the students who have demonstrated exceptional ability in the following language: American Sign Language, Arabic, French, Spanish, and Swahili. Students are nominated based on their academic performance, grade 1 average, and their participation in extracurricular activities related to the learning of a language and culture. This award, funded by the Ohio State University Marian campus, and the winner in each language will receive, guess what? $100. $100 award applied to tuition for the next term of enrollment. I will read the names of the nominees for each language and then the winner. Students, please stand when you hear your name and remain standing. Winners, please come to the stage in order to receive award. The American Sign Language nominees are Haley Bear, Tyler Hamilton Brown, Emily Dean Couts, and the winner is Emily Dean Couts. The nominees for the Arabic language are Ahmed Basir, Colin Miller, and Michelle Eileen Martin. The winner is Mohammed Basir. The French nominees are Russell Wade Mast, Grant Allen McGuinness, and Kendall Nicole Smith. It was really hard to designate a winner or to pick a winner, so the winner is Kendall Nicole Smith. The Spanish nominees are Edison Juan Captain, Capman, Kimberly Danielle Crabtree, Samanu Das, Lauren Elizabeth Mason, Maxwell Yuko. The winner is Samanu Das. And finally, the Swahili nominees are Kathleen Elizabeth Bart, Abigail Elizabeth Gerber, Brady Ray Greenwood. The winner, Brady Ray Greenwood. Now please help me to welcome Dr. Stuart Lesham to present the Creative Writing and the Playwriting Awards.
Good evening. Good writing flourishes here on the Marion campus of The Ohio State University. My friends and colleagues, not just in English, but in a whole host of disciplines, work hard to make sure that it does. Of course, that attention and passion and engagement that comes about when one has a stake is writing, whether it is a poem, story, or play, spills over into the other sorts of writing in which our students engage here at OSU and beyond. Thus, it is right and fitting that tonight we honor some of those sweet words of creative writing that our students have written. The Theater for Social Change is a one-week residency that a generous grant from Theater Masters has allowed us to sponsor each spring on our campus. During that residency, an award-winning playwright and director comes to campus from New York City and works with our students in the writing of 10-minute plays centered around a particular social theme. This year's theme highlighted environmental issues. And this year we have 2 winners for the best play, each of which will be awarded a Barnes & Noble gift certificate for $50. A Dead Poet's Guide to Dealing with Your Oil Spill is a play in which 2 hairy oil executives are tasked with handling the public relations fallout from the BP oil spill in 2010. They have the bright idea to resurrect the poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow from his 128-year-old grave to help them. It doesn't go so well. Katie Fusick is the playwright of this funny but trenchant play. Katie, please. She is a student, she wrote this play as a student in Sarah Crosby's American Regional Cultures in Transition class, also called Strange Louisiana. What Mine Isn't Ours is a play that focuses on the stresses put upon a husband and wife in North Carolina whose house has been destroyed when a hurricane, rendered more powerful by climate change, destroys their house, perhaps a lifelong dream of their son. The playwright of this moving and brittle family drama is Amber Alexander. Amber, please come up. Amber, stick around. Amber is also the winner of both of our other creative writing awards this year, the Lyric Prize honoring the best poem, and the Narrative Prize, which honors the best story. About her winning poem, Coffee Shop for Us, the judge has written, the poem shows a clear understanding of the force of image and metaphor making, but it is its tonal control, its measured rationality, artful simplicity, and overriding sense of acceptance gives the piece its potency. About her story, Ever Since New York, the judge for this prize has written, if the inability to get a story out of one's mind can be identified as an indication of its success, Ever Since New York would have a claim on our attention on those grounds alone. That the piece has meritorious qualities above and beyond its immediate entertainment value makes it worthy of commendation. The story takes risks and reaches both formally and emotionally and does something even more appealing. It asks something of its audience. This is writing as method acting, or vice versa, drenched in Elia Kazan or Nicholas Ray, levels of, look them up, watch their movies, more importantly. Levels of knife-cutting angst, and it boldly grapples with the way the world weaponizes our emotions against us. Congratulations, Amber, for the sweet words. Now, allow me to present my dear friend and colleague, Ben McCorkle, to present the Digital Media Award.
Thank you, everyone. Dad jokes. I am here, though, to give the OSU Marion Digital Media Composition Award, which is something we've given for the past several years. It's not tied to a discipline. We get all sorts of submissions that range in shape and scope, from blogs to short videos to audio essays to code projects. And basically, they're all tied together under this driving philosophy that the landscape of literacy in the 21st century is changing in fundamental ways. So the thing that we call a text today is not simply black static letters on a white page. We can mix video and audio and graphics and all sorts of modalities together in new and interesting ways, thanks to this thing we call the computer. And so that brings us to today. We had probably about 10 submissions, and we shopped this out to a handful of judges unaffiliated with this institution. They deliberate, they come together, they hash it out, and this year, the winner of the OSU Marion Digital Media Composition Award is a project called Double Identity, and it comes to us courtesy of Scott Shirk and Trevor Chuck. So, guys, if you're here, come up. Trevor's always at work. Is Scott here?
He probably didn't want to come.
Well, before we show this, and by the way, will there be audio for this? Okay, so it's about 4 minutes. I just want to share a couple of notes from the judges. One called it a compelling neo-noir mystery. Editing, cinematography, voice, and acting all combined to make an original take on the genre. I especially appreciate the visual craft in the editing. I would call it a kind of like if Dick Wolf got together with Fritz Lang and they made a neo-noir version of Law and Order, SVU. So, this came out of Katie Braun's English 4578 class, which is a special topics in film, on film noir. So without further ado, let's play this thing.
Gotta clean this place up. We'll go get the bathroom, jewelry, and then go ahead and get out. I'm gonna go have a donut right now. You know, Patrick, I think I'm gonna order a pizza. Alright? I'll order pizza for all of us.
I'm here to introduce the next person. Actually, in your program, Julia Hagee can't be here tonight because ill, but I am going to introduce my colleague Chris Daddis to give them the next award.
Thank you. Much time on my hands. It is my pleasure to present the Howard R. Honors Book Award, which is awarded to students who excel in one of the many honors courses offered here. I think it's a particularly notable award as we are recognizing students who stood out among samples of our most engaged and talented. Winners receive a certificate and $200, which will be applied to tuition for their next semester of enrollment. The monetary award is made possible by the generosity of Joanne Howard Hoffman. Each student will also receive a book chosen by faculty members who selected them as awardees. Here are the winners of the 2019 Howard Book Awards. Karen Auburn for her work in Regional Honors Seminar, Game Theory 101, taught by myself and Dr. John. Karen, you here? Nicholas Clark for his exemplary work in English 2260 Honors, Introduction to Poetry, taught by Dr. LaShawn. With this monetary award, Nicholas received the book Anthology of Contemporary American Poetry, Volume 2. Victoria Burrick for her work in Psychology 1100H, Honors Introduction to Psychology, taught by Dr. Sawicki. With this monetary award, Victoria will receive the book Outliers, The Story of Success. Sydney Homala for her work in English 459102, Special Topics in the Study of Rhetoric, taught by Dr. Braun. With this monetary award, Sydney will receive the book Predictably Irrational, The Hidden Forces That Shape Our Decisions. Amanda Shea, also from the Regional Honors Seminar, taught by myself and Dr. Mahary, with this monetary award, and the same with Karen. They received the books Game Theory 101 and Theory of Games and Economic Behavior by John von Neumann and Alexandra Kauser for her work in English 2260, Introduction to Poetry, taught by Dr. LaShawn. Alexandra received the book The World Made Meme, Public Conversations and Participatory Media by Ryan Millman. Riley Timms for her work in Geography 2750 Honors, World Regional Geography, taught by Dave Schul. With this monetary award, Riley will receive the book Space and Place, The Perspective of Experience. Taryn Wyckoff for his work in English 111002, first year English composition, again taught by Dr. LaShawn. Taryn will receive the book Hainish Novels and Stories, Volume 1. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to take this time to tell a joke. An engineer, a physicist, and a statistician go hunting. They see a deer about 50 yards ahead. The physicist does ballistic calculations, and assumes vacuum, but he shoots, and because of the assumption, he's 5 feet short. The engineer does the same kind of calculations, but kind of compensates for air resistance, goes a little higher, puts a fudge factor in, goes 5 feet over the deer. The statistician goes, cool, we got him. Each year, the faculty selects students to demonstrate excellence in writing to receive the Babbage Writing Award, which recognizes exemplary writing in courses other than creative. This award is sponsored by the Honors Program, which recognizes the generosity of the late Robert and Marilyn Babbage, in whose name the scholarship funds were established. Each award winner will receive $250 scholarship applied toward their next semester's tuition. Almost said a larger amount by accident. That would have been more. Winners, please come to the stage as I read your name and the title of your work. Again, Nick Clark, for his work titled, What is Poetry, What Does It Do? Written in English 2260, taught by Dr. LaShawn. Rosa Ubaldo, for her work titled, From Beneath You It Devours, How Sharp Narratives Represent the Patriarchal Fear and Hatred of Women. Written in English 2367-02, second year writing taught by Dr. Sarah Crosby.
It's a really happy paper, guys.
Taryn Wyckoff for his work titled A Blind Faith in Birmingham in Omalis. Written in English 11-10-02, first year English comp, taught again by Dr. LaShawn. Please welcome Dr. Stuart LaShawn to present the Franklin Fine Arts Award.
Normally, this award would be presented by Dr. Scott Kaplan, our art professor. He's not here tonight, so I'm happy to stand in his stead. It's been almost 15 years since the award first began here at OSU Marion, the Franklin Fine Arts Award, in support of significant student artistic and creative achievement on this campus. And were he here, Scott will give a brief explanation about why he named the award for someone who was not a visual artist himself, but he was an artist. He would say that it was because Ben Franklin said creative things like, 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead, or genius without education is like silver in the mine, or an empty bag will not stand upright. He would also explain that the award itself is a commemorative etching of Franklin. He was very persistent that I not think of his bill, so there's a bill that is this award. But mostly he would extol the winner of this year's award. Gives me great pleasure to provide, to extend it to Zachary Travis Merchant, talented artist, and also Scott Tillman, a really nice guy. Now it is my privilege to announce Dr. James Genova to announce the winners of the Oliver E. Hamilton History Awards.
Good evening. It is my great honor this evening to present the Oliver E. Hamilton History Awards on behalf of the History Program at The Ohio State University, Marion. The Oliver E. Hamilton History Awards are made possible through a generous endowment made by one of our former students, Oliver E. Hamilton. Nice one. Name is Lido Misch. The purpose of the awards are to recognize the achievements of some of our brightest and most accomplished students in the discipline of history. As a result of his generosity, each year we present 3 awards. One for a senior history major with the highest overall GPA, high performance in history courses, and who exemplifies the best accomplishments of our program. We also present one for the best paper written in an upper level class, and one award for the best paper or essay written in a lower level. At the end of each academic year, the history faculty members at OSUM nominate the papers and essays they believe represent the best work done by a student in all of their classes during that academic year and the previous spring, since our spring semesters usually get rooked as their papers are due after the awards are presented. We read the works that have been nominated and vote for the one we believe is most deserving in the relevant category. The winner of the History Major Award is determined by the criteria enumerated earlier. In all instances, these decisions are difficult since we have so many deserving students. So, on to the winner this year. The award recipients will receive $200 each. The winner in the Oliver E. Hamilton Lower Level History Writing Award goes to Katie Elizabeth Fusick for The Parts of a Man, written in History 2572, U.S. Social Reform, the instructor, Dr. Margaret Sumner. This year we have a rather unprecedented development. We have a tie in the upper level history course writing category. Both winners come from my seminar taught in the fall, History 4675, which is the research seminar in world history, where the students were expected to write a research-based paper of at least 20 pages in length using primary sources and several secondary sources. This is to be the culmination of their degree in history. So this year, the two winners of the upper level history course writing award are Theodore Dale Persinger for the Revolutionary War in the German State, and Nathan Waddell, Organized Labor and the Rise of the Middle Class in the Post-War Europe. Finally, the Oliver Hamilton History Award for our outstanding senior history major for a lifetime, meaning roughly 4 years or so, of accomplishments, goes to Miranda Faye Hatcher. It is now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Ruben Petreka to present the Marian Biological Sciences.
Good evening. The Ohio State Marian Biology Excellence Award annually recognizes one outstanding junior or senior biology major currently enrolled at the Marian campus. The award recipient must demonstrate strong academic credentials attaining at least a 3.5 grade point average, evidence of out-of-class learning and research experience in biology or other related fields, and evidence of outreach and community engagement in biology or related fields. The recipient is chosen by the Marian Campus Biological Sciences faculty. This year, the faculty has named 3 students as honorable mentions for this award. As I call their name, please stand. Valerie Acuna. Matthew McPherson. And Lexia Wilson. The winner of the Biology Excellence Award is Bailey Elizabeth Lucas. Please welcome Dr. Ryan Oder to present the American Campus Chemistry Earth Sciences Awards.
Hello, everyone. This is the second annual Ohio State Marion Chemistry Award, and for the second year in a row, I'm promising everybody that I'm not going to come up here and tell a chemistry joke. And that's because I was talking with a few of my students today, and those students happen to be named sodium, bromine, and oxygen. And I asked them, should I tell a joke at this award ceremony tonight? And their response was, nah, bro. You see, the reason that is funny is because sodium's elemental symbol is But in all seriousness, it is my honor and privilege to award the Ohio State Marion Chemistry Award. And you can read the description of this award in your program, but I did want to say a few words about the recipient tonight. And in thinking about our award winner, a phrase came to mind that oftentimes athletic coaches use, and that is that sometimes the greatest ability is reliability. And I've never had a student who fit that more appropriately than our award winner tonight, from being a lab assistant for the organic chemistry laboratory courses, to being involved with our science club, to excelling at undergraduate research. This award recipient has taken on every challenge and met them with flying colors. And I think the best way to sum up the lasting impact the student has is she asked me this week, what are you going to do when I'm not here? And I still don't have a good answer to that. But she has pushed herself outside of her comfort zone. She has done things that she probably did not think possible. And she has done great things like writing an undergraduate thesis, presenting at conferences, taking a year's worth of research credit. And so it was really easy to award this year's OSU Marion Chemistry Award to Val Acuna. Now I'll introduce my colleague, Dr. Ryan Yoder, to present the OSU Marion Earth Science Award. Hello, everyone. The Ohio State Marion Earth Science Award recognizes one student who has completed one of the following courses during the current academic year and who has shown exceptional aptitude and work ethic. Those courses are Earth Sciences 1100, Planet Earth, Earth Sciences 1105, Geology of the National Parks, and either Earth Sciences 1121, The Dynamic Earth, or Earth Sciences 1122, Earth Through Time. Candidates may be enrolled in any academic program at The Ohio State University at Marion, but the recipient of this award is selected by the Ohio State Marion Earth Sciences faculty. Now, Dr. Joel Barker is our resident earth scientist. He could not be here this evening, so he did send me some words to say about our award recipient, and it was a few words. He said, "This student rocks." Now you see the reason that's funny is because it's an Earth Science Award. But no, Dr. Barker did say that the Earth Sciences Award this year goes to Jesus Ramirez. Jesus is a very worthy recipient despite having a very hectic schedule because of his off-site practicum in pursuit of his education degree. Jesus showed up for Dynamic Earth every class with an enthusiastic attitude and intellectual curiosity. He excelled in every aspect of the course, and his instructor valued his insight during class discussions. Jesus Ramirez embodies what every instructor hopes for in a student. Congratulations, Jesus. And now I will introduce Dr. Golrukh Mirzai to present the Engineering Award.
Good evening. The William K. A. Davis Engineering Award recognizes up to 3 students pursuing a degree in engineering and begin their college career at Ohio State Marion. Award recipients must be admitted to their college having completed all required prerequisites. Winners are selected by Ohio State Marion engineering faculty based on a combination of criteria: exceptional character, promise in the field of engineering, and grade point average. Thanks to the generosity of Mr. Ron Kramer, each award recipient receives $500 toward tuition for their next term of enrollment. My colleagues and I looked at carefully at the records of students who meet the award criteria. This year, we have selected 3 students to receive this award. I will announce the nominees first. Nominees, please stand as I announce your name and remain standing. Bronson Charles Brown, Alexander David McCann, Dylan Benjamin Brown, Michael Robert McCormick, Matthew Anakin Crabtree, Zach Ryan Moser, Patrick Douglas Hoff, Nathan Robert Murphy, Brandon Clayley, Andrew Thomas Quaken, Wesley James Chris, Troy King Sayers, Zach Thomas LaPrize, Colin Chad Weed, James Patrick Lee, Jace Benton Vitro, and Zach Chance Zambel. And the winners are Matthew Anakin Crabtree, Nathan Robert Murphy, and Wesley James Christ. Please join me to welcome Mrs. Jessica Moon, Chair of Board of Trustees, to present the Ralph Howard Service Award.
As the board's chair, it's my task tonight to present the Ralph Howard Service Award. The Ralph Howard Service Award recognizes the lifelong contributions to the academic excellence at Ohio State Marion by Mr. Ralph Howard and Mrs. Joanne Howard Hoffman. Each of the recipients, past and present, has been recognized for their outstanding and unique contribution toward the ongoing success and growth of the Ohio State at Marion. Tonight, it is my honor to have been seated next to the board's choice for the 2019 Ralph Howard Award. He shares in the board's passion and pride in the life that is increasingly rich life of campus. In the 1970s, former assistant professor Larry Yoder led his students to collect seeds at the nearby prairie in danger of being eliminated. It has since grown to more than 11 acres and continues to fulfill its mission of preserving species native to Ohio while serving as a peaceful destination for residents and a learning laboratory for students. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Larry Yoder. welcoming Dr. Dan Wota of Biology and Dr. Aurel Stan of Mathematics in order to present the Marion Campus Teaching Awards.
Good evening. As we celebrate excellence in academic achievements for our students, we also celebrate excellence teaching. Students who feel challenged by excellent teaching in the classroom will search for connections between their lectures and life outside the classroom. They will develop excellent critical thinking skills and reach for possibilities they may have once felt were out of their reach. Excellent teaching matters and should be honored. In 2012, Ohio State Marion faculty established the Marion Campus Teaching Excellence Awards.
During the 2018-2019 academic year, students and faculty were encouraged to nominate faculty members they felt worthy of such recognition. The awards selection committee was charged with choosing 2 recipients. We selected one from the associate faculty, whose primary responsibility to OSU Marion is to teach. The second recipient is from the tenure track faculty, whose professorial duties include research and service in addition to teaching. In both categories, the evidence of teaching excellence shared with the community was outstanding. The associated faculty nominees include Andrea Barton, Scott Fisher, Pete Dolly, Harry Kinsway, Mark Murphy, Tiffany Ryan McCurdy, Cameron Sharp. It was difficult to pick one because there was many outstanding diverse nominees, but one teacher in particular stood out. This teacher, every time I went to their office, there was a plethora of students. There's 2 to 3 in the office, 2 to 3 in the conference room next door. There's even some in the hallway, all under her tutelage. And just see, it was like a factory where educated minds were being manufactured and produced. And it was good to see. And just the sheer volume of students who come to this teacher for guidance, tutoring, and help is a testimony and tribute to the teacher for their efforts and excellence in teaching. The Associated Faculty Teaching Excellence Award goes to Tiffany Ryan McCurdy.
Regular faculty nominees include Joel Barker, Jonathan Khaled, Chris Daddies, Mariana Klochko, John Mahari, Ruben Petraka, and Anna Willock. It was also very hard to choose a winner among so many excellent regular faculty teachers, but the committee selected a nominee who always helped students, opened many doors for the students and for the campus in general with his cutting-edge research projects. And so, the regular faculty Marion Teaching Award goes to Ruben Petraka.
Please welcome Nathan Baker, President of the Griffin Honor Society, to present the Griffin Honor Society Teaching Award.
Thank you, and thank you all for being here tonight. I know, especially as a student, it's wonderful to have friends and family here, so it means a lot to have you all here, and thank you for being present. So the Griffin Society is an organization on campus that's dedicated to connecting students with extracurricular academic experiences and connecting them with faculty, sharing those interactions. And every year we solicit nominations from the entire student body for one professor who made a big difference in the lives of their students. This year's recipient has many, many good things to say. Well, her students have many good things to say about her. And described as her student, by her students, as someone who first off creates just an amazing classroom environment for all of her students and generally cares about them as people. I know many individuals who've been touched personally by her work, and as someone who's had her in class, I can definitely agree with all those sentiments. So please join me in congratulating Dr. Tracy Tilka for this award. Unfortunately, Dr. Tilka is currently on her way to a prestigious conference. I think that also shows her level of teaching and the wonderful work that she's doing. So she won't be here tonight. And please now join me in welcoming Dr. Kutsia Tamina to present the William K. Davis Honors Scholarship.
Evening, everyone. The William K. Davis Honors Scholarship recognizes members of Ohio State Marian Undergraduate Honors Program. Students are honored for their exceptional academic work and motivation to accept opportunities that significantly enhance the quality of their education through undergraduate research. Students considered for this award have demonstrated engagement in challenging coursework, participated in academic programs with breadth and depth, and interacted with professors and students at a highly intellectual level. Thanks to the generosity of Ron Kramer, a scholarship of $1,000 is awarded to the recipients. This year's recipients are Nathan Michael Baker, and Victoria K. Horek. Now, I would like to welcome my colleagues John Mahari and Jonathan Khalidi to present the Senior Honors Thesis Award.
Good evening. We are pleased to be asked to recognize some of the many students on our campus who have been engaged in research with faculty members across our campus. This morning, we hosted our annual undergraduate research colloquium. Research projects may originate from undergraduate coursework in any discipline or academic level, to formal research mentoring by faculty members. It also provides a forum for students, faculty, and the Marian community to discuss cutting-edge research topics and to examine the connection between research and education. For many of those students, that work culminates in a senior thesis defended in front of a faculty committee. In addition, some students complete all of the requirements for an honors thesis. Tonight, we would like to recognize the students who have earned these honors. These students will graduate with research distinction on their diploma in a few weeks. The first of these students is a colloquium participant and a senior thesis writer, Valeria Viviana Acuna, for protein-protein surface modeling of TSP repair complexes. The advisor is Dr. Ryan Yoder.
Our second student is received a senior honors thesis last last fall, Hannah Marie Fuller. Her thesis was entitled Adolescent Girls' Reactions to Body Image-Centered Young Adult Novel, under the supervision of Dr. Linda Parsons in Education. Hannah could not be here tonight, but we'll give her her certificate.
The next person is the writer of a senior thesis, Abdulaziz Bazi Hamid, for frequent homozygous deletions of the CDKN2A locus in somatic cancer tissue, analysis of chromosomal aberrations in cell cycle regulator genes. The advisor is Dr. Ruben Petriaca.
Next we have Jacob Crow, who was a colloquium participant this morning, as well as defended your senior thesis this week or next week? This week. His thesis is entitled Development of Tools for the Analysis of DNA Double-Strand Break Repair, and his advisor is Dr. Ruben Pedreco. Jacob not here? I thought he was.
The next person is a colloquium participant and wrote a senior thesis, and it is Bailey Elizabeth Lucas for genetic analysis of SKP1 function in DNA double-strand break repair. The advisor is Dr. Ruben Petriaca.
Christopher David Roscoe, who was participated in the colloquium this morning, as well as defended his senior thesis. His thesis is entitled Comparative Anatomy of the Digestive System of Rural and Urban Raccoons in Central Ohio, under the direction of Dr. Jonathan Khalif.
The next person is a colloquium participant, Matthew Thomas McPherson, for analysis of genetic requirements of induced and spontaneous DNA double-strand breaks. The advisor is Dr. Ruben Petriaca.
Another colloquium participant from this morning was Tila Hawk of biology. Her presentation was entitled Analysis of Chromatin Remodeling Factor in DNA, Double-Strand Break Repair, also under the direction of Dr. Ruben Petriaca.
We would also like to recognize 4 students who have collaborated on a project, Pon Ong, Chris Russell, Vasu Seth, and Derek Thompson, for a MATLAB simulation and analysis, card game of war, under the direction of Dr. Kutya Tamina.
Under Dr. Tamina, there were several groups this morning presenting their research. Another group was Eric Jacob, Danielle Lee, and Devin Lutz. They also did MATLAB simulation and analysis, also on the card game of war. If any of them are here, we'd like to come on up.
And our last group of students working on the MATLAB simulation and analysis of the card game of war was Greg Odom, Seth Markey, Jonathan Schreiber, and Kulwinder Singh.
And the last participant in the colloquium that we had this morning was Michael Smith, who, under the direction of Dr. Sue Oakes, wrote an oral history of Nisa Stump, who was an account rep for iHeartMedia in town, and Senator is proposed to make this research.
We would now like like to welcome Dr. Mariana Kloshko to present the Undergraduate Excellence Awards for freshmen, sophomore, and junior.
Good evening. OH. All right, people are awake. This is great. Okay. So, what do we have? Oh my goodness. Nobody moved. Okay. I'm on the right page now, so we can proceed. I'm representing a committee that dealt with the Academic Achievement Awards for freshmen, sophomore, and junior students. And the committee included myself and my colleague Yan Lang from Mathematics Department. And we were tasked with a really difficult decision to figure out of all the amazing super achieving students that we have on this campus in each of those categories, which ones are deserving of award. And this is, of course, an extremely fun experience, but it also is a little bit difficult because of all the choices that we have had. And you can read the criteria for the award in your booklet that describes that in great detail. But I wanted to mention that it wasn't as easy as looking at GPA. If it was, then it was just really 5 seconds, pick the top GPA students and then just move along. But we need to consider a person holistically and look into not only their academic pursuits in class, but also outside of the class and their scholarship, research, and also their contribution to service. And I wanted to say that in those people who submitted their applications and who were nominated by the faculty, and of course those who we selected as winners, there were certain themes that we had identified. It was determination, perseverance, aspiration. They all rose to intellectual challenge. They showed academic curiosity, desire to learn, and they also demonstrated multifaceted engagement with not only in-class experiences, but also outside of the class experiences. These awards are made possible through contributions to the Harvard Honors Fund and Babbage Honors Fund. The winners will be called to the stage to receive a plaque along with a $200 scholarship that will be applied to their next semester's tuition. The monetary award is made possible through the generosity of John Howard Hoffman. Freshman nominees, please stand as I read your names and remain standing. Radwa Abumar, Darby Anderson, Tyler Brown, Nicholas Clark, Kimberly Crabtree, Samanyu Das, Riley Geiger, Ethan Hatfield, Victoria Herrick, Michaela Casterson, Jacob Murat, Andrew Quackenbosch, Kendall Smith, Karen Wyckoff, and Maxwell Yako. Round of applause. And the winners for the Freshman Academic Achievement Award are Ethan Hatfield, one of the winners. Ethan has 4.0 GPA. He also got accepted into Fisher College of Business, and to do all of that, he also works several jobs, so that's pretty impressive. And the other winner for this Freshman Academic Achievement Awards is Victoria Herrick. Victoria is dental hygiene major. She takes classes from honors curriculum and is part of honors program. She also volunteers as leader for Young Life organization. And she also has a job. We're going to move to sophomore category now. Sophomore nominees, please stand when I call your name and remain standing. Amber Alexander, Caroline Anderson, Hannah Belden, Carly Ladew, Hunter Merchant, Michelle Wolfo, Erica Nichols, Erica Rosario, Jesse Simpson, Michaela Tritaba, Corbin Winningham. And for sophomore category, we chose 2 recipients as well. And the first recipient is Amber Alexander. She's a history and English major, and she minors in creative writing, professional writing. And the second winner is Erica Rosario. Erica is a social work major. She is part of the honors program, suicide prevention club member, human trafficking training participant. Well, the list goes on and on. But and finally, we have junior nominees. Please stand when I call your names and remain standing. Alyssa Allen, Nathan Baker, Rachel Barber, Lily Grooms, Alexander Kauser, Lauren Kimmel, Matthew McPherson, Aya Said, Elijah Walker, and Celeste White. For the junior category, we chose 2 recipients. Nathan Michael Baker, a psychology major, business major, who's a president of Psychology Club, Griffin Honor Society, junior senator for the undergraduate student government. He also teaches martial arts classes to disadvantaged people in Marion and does research at the COSI, which he presented on Childhood Development Conference in Baltimore. And the other winner is Matthew McPherson. He's a biology major and he worked with Dr. Chaka and submitted a research paper to Journal of Molecular Biology as a second author. He's also a member of Science and Creative Writing Clubs, and he participated in Theater for Social Justice program, Homecoming Court, performing campus production of Arsenic and Old Lace, peer tutoring biology, chemistry, and math. At this time, please welcome Dr. Joe Meharry, Professor of Mathematics, back to the stage to present the Senior Undergraduate Academic Excellence Award, the C. Eugene Maynard Academic Excellence Award, and the John T. Mound Excellence Award.
Thank you, Dr. Kochko. It is my privilege to be on the committee that evaluates the senior awards. First, we will start with the Undergraduate Academic Excellence Senior category. That committee is myself, along with Dr. Donna Babbitt-Zayer of the Sociology Department. The senior students who met the high eligibility requirements, including GPA, difficulty of coursework, outside achievements, outside of the classroom, and both academic and non-academic, were nominated by faculty and are listed in your program. The award recipients will receive a plaque and a $200 award. As I will read the names, please stand and when your name is called and remain standing. The senior nominees are Val Acuna, Kaya Barnett, Drew Barth, Sarah Capel, Cameron Dieter. There are a lot of nominees, so let's pause, clap for them, pause, clap for them. So the first 5. Continue standing, please. Abdulaziz Hamid, Andrea Coble, Brittany Lauer, Haley Lauer, Bailey Lucas. Patricia McCambridge, Hannah McQuistion, Haley Miner, J.C. Munyon, Mary O'Brien. Megan Oder, Kirsten Orweiler, Shelby Passett, Jennifer Robson, Catherine Siegel. Audra Studer, Victoria Terry, Kennedy Walls, and Logan Wilburn. Of those many nominees, and Dr. Baba Zayer and I spent a long time looking at the applications, the outside letters of recommendation from the faculty members, and we were able to choose 2 outstanding winners for this category. I have to turn the page. Adds to the drama. The first winner is Val Acuna. From River Valley High School, she's graduating in a few weeks with a biology major. Earlier today, she presented her research with Dr. Yoder at the colloquium. She's presented at a research forum in Columbus as well, and next week she'll defend her thesis on protein-protein surface modeling of DSP repair complexes. And she's also, I understand, presenting later this year at a national conference for the American Chemical Society in Florida, and plans to attend nursing school at OSU. That's a lot. The second winner in the senior category is Audra Jean Studer. From Elgin High School, Audra is a psychology major, also graduating in a few weeks. She'll be graduating with honors designation after taking the required honors courses and completing all the other requirements. For the past 2 years, she's been working on research in aspects of social domain theory under the mentorship of Chris Daddis. She's also had a research project with Dr. Baba Zayer on the persistence of gender inequality in sports. And she has been working in an internship with Turning Point, a domestic violence shelter for men, women, and children, and she continues to work there now. Thank you again to all the nominees. It's also my pleasure to be able to present the C. Eugene Maynard Academic Excellence Award. The C. Eugene Maynard Academic Excellence Award is presented each year to the outstanding senior student who has completed a significant portion of his or her studies on the Marion campus and attained a minimum GPA of 3.5. This award is funded by Ohio State alumni and the Ohio State Marion Honors Program. The recipient of this award receives a plaque and a $1,000 cash award made possible by Ron Kramer. Again, there were many nominees for this that I'll read in a second. And we have many good applications with faculty letters of support. They were all outstanding. Almost every faculty member wrote, "This was the best student I've had in class." And so it was very difficult to choose out of the nominees. So again, please stand as I call your name, and we will applaud them when I'm done. Hannah Fuller, Abdulaziz Hamid, Bailey Lucas, Hannah McChristian, Megan Oder, Victoria Terry, Rosa Ubaldo, and Lexia Wilson. After deliberation, we chose to give this award this year to Megan Brooke Oder. From Highland High School, Megan graduated last fall, summa cum laude, in criminology with a minor in sociology. She worked as a student researcher with Dr. Baba Zayer, in part analyzing gender, race, and class differences in television shows. She twice presented at our research colloquium on other topics. Once, her research was entitled "How Gender Inequality Persists in the Modern World," and another time, her topic was a theoretical application to the study of rural victims of domestic violence. And she has worked at an internship at the Morrow County Municipal Court in addition to all that. So congratulations to Megan. Last award that I'm privileged to present tonight is the John T. Mount Academic Excellence Award. The John Mount Excellence Award is presented to the outstanding senior who began his or her studies on the OSU Marion campus and completed those studies on the Columbus campus. This award is funded by the OSU Marion Honors Program, and the award is determined again by a faculty committee, myself and Dr. Baba Zayer, and it's based on applications of the candidates after they've met certain criteria. Faculty recommendations, grade point averages, it emphasizes student research, extracurricular activities, and general overall college experience outside of above and beyond the classroom. Again, the nominees, there are many. I will read them. All of these students did very well and had a number of positive things in their applications that it was difficult, again, to choose. But I'll read them all, and please stand and acknowledge them when I'm done. Emily Darnell, Morgan DeWitt, Dana Dreyer, Jacob Ailey, Jared Gendela, Kyle Hickman, Haley Jackson, Massimo Lacerva, Isaiah Markley, Lauren Richards, Georgie Stacy, Nathan Stenson, Carl Stover, Charlie Stringer, Nina Stute, Mary Schwartz, and Travis Wolf. Again, after deliberation, the committee, we chose as the winner Charles Stringer II. Charlie is graduating in a few weeks with a majoring in business administration with a focus on accounting. As a senior project, he was the lead on a group working on a mock real-world application of an audit procedure, reporting back to a company. He spent 2 years on the Marion campus and has worked at the Marion Public Library for many years. During his time on campus, Charlie was instrumental in forming the sustainability club, the Moccasins. About Charlie, Mike Lohr, one of our English faculty and advisor of that club, wrote, "Charlie, you always had a way of being polite, yet completely thorough and dogged. What I remember most is you having a great, quick smile, and you know when someone needs to be challenged, but you also know when someone needs to be shown kindness. That quality is rare and will really serve you, and more importantly, others in the future." So congratulations, Charlie. Now, I'd like to invite our co-host for the evening back to the podium. I'll introduce Dr. Camacho Quintero and Dr. Gershman, although it might just be Dr. Gershman right now.
To earn a spot on the Dean's List at The Ohio State University, a student must earn a term grade point average of at least 3.5 and 12 credit hours of graded coursework. Your program lists these students, those students who have met these criteria during summer and autumn semesters 2017. So students have been on the Dean's List. But please stand. Knock, knock. Who's there? Canoe. Can you please welcome Dean Rose to the stage?
Thank you, Susan. I think that's the first time I've been introduced with a joke, at least, that I heard. It's my pleasure to recognize those students who have received or will be receiving this semester their bachelor's degree or teacher certification. Those who've already earned their degree or licensure this academic year, as well as the candidates for the current term, are listed in the program. These students have received or will receive their diplomas at commencement ceremonies held on the Columbus campus, but we wish to recognize their achievements here tonight, and we did recognize the achievements of many of them this afternoon at our senior recognition program. So all those students who fall into that category have earned your degree this academic year or are about to, if you continue on the right path. Please stand so we may recognize you. Thank you. Now we move to the conferring of the Associate Arts degree. The Associate of Arts degree is only available on the regional campuses of The Ohio State University. For many students, the attainment of the Associate of Arts degree marks a halfway point for their bachelor's degree. For many other students, it's a mark on a long path if they're here for the slow and steady pace, perhaps taking classes part-time or in the evenings. And so it is an important marker for them. Students are eligible for the Associate of Arts degree once they've earned a minimum of 60 semester credit hours, 33 of which are in a specific course categories. Between summer 2018 and autumn 2018, 56 students on the Marion campus have been awarded the Associate of Arts degree. 93 students are candidates for the Associate Arts degree for spring of 2019. The Associate Dean, Dr. Bishan Pandey, will now join me to confer the Associate of Arts degrees.
Will the candidates for the Associate of Arts degree please rise and make their ways to the far aisle. Dean Rhodes, as the Associate Dean of the Marion campus, I have been honored to present these candidates for the Associate of Arts degree. They have completed all the requirements and are therefore deemed worthy of this distinction. Will the degree recipients please come to the stage when I announce your name so that I may present your diploma.
In the name of The Ohio State University, upon the recommendation of its faculty, and by the authority of its Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each of you the Associate of Arts degree. I congratulate you and welcome you to the company of educated men and women.
The recipients are Amber Alexander, Karen Auburn, Andrew James Allen, Laura Elizabeth Artrip, Nathan Michael Baker, Rachel Nicole Barber, Jenna Marie Eisenberg, Theodore Castellanos, Tamanyo Das, Olivia Grace Dowalter, Alison Andy Clark, Matthew Donnelly Fisher, Deborah Mabel Holland, Olivia N. House, Sydney Erlin Jess, Lorraine Rose Kimmel,
Kelvin Nicole Bassett. Christy Deanne Perdue. Jesus Ramirez Jr. Dylan Tyler Reynolds. Erica Nicole Rosario. Kathleen Ann Russell. Kelly Nicole Sieber. Ellie Mariah Lynn Simmons. Michael Wesley Smith. Troy Nathan Stein. Tanya Diane Van Winkle. Dylan Faith White. Maxwell Yoko. Jessica Mary Young Whitford. Recognize our Associate of Arts degree recipients with another round of applause.
Hey, did you have fun? Yes. So, congratulations to all of you, and good luck for your future endeavors. And you should be proud of yourself and what you have achieved this year. And now some final announcements. Immediately following tonight's program, please join us for an appetizer and dessert reception in the Gallery Community Room in Maynard Hall. If you would like to take a photo with Dean Rose, please feel free to return to the stage immediately following the ceremony. Photo backdrops are set up in Maynard Hall. I would like to have a photo with all my students. Now, I invite all of you to stand and sing Carmen, Ohio, the alma mater of the Ohio State University. You will find the lyrics on the last page of your program.
All right. I guess we don't have music, so we're going to sing this together.
Oh, come, let's sing Ohio's praise and songs to along the